When Xiaomi announces a new Redmi series smartphone, then usually it is an event because the Redmi series, as Xiaomi puts it in its own way, is Desh ka smartphone. Yeah, it is one of the most popular budget smartphones in the country, and now Xiaomi is bringing the Redmi 13 5G, which I've been testing for a while, and right now this video is focused on its first impressions, and I can assure you it makes a very startling first impression. But if you want to know more, then like and subscribe our page. I'm Sahil Mohan Gupta and I'm going to tell you everything about the Xiaomi Redmi 13 5G. Its first impressions. So, from the get-go, you get a very nice design. You get a fit in finish level, which usually you associate with the Redmi Note series. This phone is also IP53 certified, so it is splash proof. Yeah, you can't dunk this phone in a swimming pool, but if you're going to be using it under rain, then it should be fine. Then you get this really symmetrical design out here. It gives you almost like iPhone-like feel. You get Corning Gorilla Glass 3 on the front, and there's a glass back out here. Also, the Infinite Deco, which is basically Xiaomi's nomenclature for this dual camera array and this ring flash. And it looks pretty nice, and this really wavy blue color is really attractive. I really like it. Most people should like it, but there are more colors. There's a black and there's a pinkish color as well. And you get standard Xiaomi appointments, the infrared IR blaster and a headphone jack, which is really important for a person like me because I'm an audiophile. I don't like using TWS headphones. I like my wired headsets, and so this can support it. Obviously, the Type-C port and a single speaker outlet. And if you look at from the front, then you get a pretty big display. It's a 6.8-inch display, 6.79-inch to be precise, full HD plus, and the colors are quite vibrant. And overall, it looks pretty nice and gets pretty bright. So if you're going to be using this phone under direct sunlight, then it should be fine. But I have to do a little more testing to be doubly sure about it. And in terms of performance, it feels quite fluid right now. I've not tested this phone for a very long time, but it seems pretty fluid. HyperOS is on this phone, so this is one of the first phones to get HyperOS, and it is powered by Qualcomm Snapdragon 4 Gen 2C 2E chipset, and you get up to 8 GB RAM. There's a 6 GB RAM and 8 GB RAM variant, and all variants will get 128 GB storage as standard, which is quite generous for this price point. Then the level of bloatware has really gone down, so thank God Xiaomi for that. And overall, it feels quite responsive, so most people shouldn't have any performance issues. Sure, if you're going to be playing Call of Duty Mobile on this and you're going to be expecting graphics that are iPhone class, that's not going to happen. But for everything else, basic usage, this should be fine. It gets a pretty big battery as well. 5030 mAh battery and a 33 watt fast charger, which comes inside the box. So this phone should provide pretty decent battery life. Again, I've not done a battery test yet on this device. I can't even tell you exactly what those battery figures are, but should be pretty good because the chip is known to be pretty frugal and the battery size is big, and you get fast charging out here as well. Star of the show, of course, are the cameras out here. You get a 108 megapixel primary camera. It's a Samsung ISOCELL sensor that Xiaomi has been using for a while. First time on a Redmi series phone, but first time Xiaomi used this was on the Mi 10, and Xiaomi has become quite adept at using this sensor. It does that 9 to 1 pixel binning, and it should provide pretty decent low light performance. And if that is not good enough, then this ring flash should come in handy. And because the sensor has such a high resolution, you can do 3x in sensor crop, so basically lossless zoom, which is going to come in handy. Again, I have to test this camera out properly, so for that full verdict on the camera performance is going to be reserved for the final review for which we will have another video. And then you get a 2 megapixel macro camera, which is there for macro shots, and it also doubles as a depth sensor for portraits. So overall, in terms of the package, it looks pretty decent. It's an attractive phone, great build quality for its price point. We are expecting a sub 15k price point for this phone. So looks like another winner in the Redmi series. And if Xiaomi is really aggressive with the pricing, then I think you're going to be hearing the Xiaomi ringtone quite often all over the place, and this could become one of the best selling phones of the year.